Hello, everyone. Today we embark on a journey into evolving landscape of education in the 21st century. As we navigate through the vast sea of information and technological advancements, it's crucial to understand how our classrooms are transforming. So, the 21st century curricular landscape is not just about adapting to new technologies. So, it's about preparing students for a dynamic and interconnected world. So join me as we explore the key trends, challenges, and opportunities shaping education in this era of rapid change. So let's tackle about Lesson 8.1, the 21st century curricular landscape in the classroom. So, there are various groups and abroad resolve along different issues. We have globalization of economies and independence on international markets. So, countries are working closely with each other for economic reasons, relying on international markets. Next issue is increased concerns and action about environmental degradation, water and energy shortages, global warming, pandemic, HIV, Ebola, and etc. So people are becoming more aware of environmental problems like pollution, lack of water and energy, and diseases. So they're trying to do something about it. So next issue is nations competing for power block, thus generating conflict but gives opportunity to build alliances and cooperation. So countries are both competing and teaming up for power, so which can lead to conflicts but also opportunities for partnerships and businesses. So next issue, increased global migration and opportunities for working overseas. So more people are moving from one country to another for work, creating a more diverse world. So next is science and technological revolution. So technology is improving really fast, changing the way we live and work. So the next is knowledge economy as a generator of wealth and jobs. So knowing a lot and using that knowledge is becoming more important for creating wealth and jobs. So all these issues need a curriculum that will address global solution to environmental problems, environmental sustainability, cultural diversity, global conflicts, technology revolution, and science breakthrough. So, the curriculum for this century should inspire and challenge both the teacher and the learner. So, these are some of the characteristics of this curriculum. First, it provides appropriate knowledge, skills, and values to face the future. So, it gives the right mix of knowledge, skills, and values needed to tackle future challenges. So, next, it is based on knowledge drawn from research. So, it relies on information from thorough research, ensuring it's up to date and reliable. Next, it is a product of consultative, collaborative development process. So, it's created through a process where different people work together, sharing ideas and opinions, and making it a result of teamwork. Next, we have support excellence and inquiry for all learners. So it motivates all students to do their best and ask questions, promoting a culture of excellence and curiosity. So there are cluster of skills for the 21st century with their specific descriptors. We have number one, learning and innovation skills. So these skills involve thinking critically, being creative, and effectively communicating ideas essential for adapting to a rapidly changing world. Number two, knowledge, information, media, and technology literacy skills. So, this set emphasizes mastering content, navigating information, effectively understanding media messages, and being proficient in technology use. So number 3, life skills encompass adaptability, initiative, teamwork, social and cross-cultural effectiveness, accountability, and leadership, vital for personal and professional success. So last, number 4, citizenship skills. So it involves valuing diversity, having global and environmental awareness, and adhering to ethical values and professionalism, critical for responsible rather, and engage global citizenship. So on the other hand, Howard Gardner, 2006, formed his book Five Minds of the Future, sees the 5 frames of thinking which would help in the development of thinking skills. So here are the 5 frames of thinking with their descriptions. So first, the disciplined mind makes uses of the way of thinking necessary for major scholarly work and profession. It utilizes critical thinking essential for academic and professional pursuits. Next is the number 2, the synthesizing mind. Selects crucial information from the voluminous amounts available, processing such information in ways that make sense to self and others. So number 3, the creating mind goes beyond existing knowledge, poses new question, offers new and innovative solutions. So number 4, the respectful mind sympathetically and constructively adjusts to individual differences. Example, situation, team project with diverse opinions. So the action is values and considers everyone's input for collaboration. So number 5, last, the ethical mind. So considers one's role as citizen consistently and strives toward good work and good citizenship. So example situation, business decision impacting the environment. So the action here is chooses an environmentally responsible options, prioritizing long-term ethics over short-term gains. So Tony Wagner in his book The Global Achievement Gap mentioned the 7 survival skills for the 21st century curriculum. First is critical thinking and problem solving, figuring things out and solving problems. Number 2, collaboration across networks and leading by influence. So working together with people and being a positive influence. So number 3, agility and adaptability, being flexible and able to adjust to different situations. Number 4, initiative and entrepreneurship, taking the lead and being creative in solving problems. So number 5, effective oral and written communication, speaking and writing well to express ideas clearly. Number 6, accessing and analyzing information. So here, finding and understanding the information. So number 7, or the last, curiosity and imagination, being curious and using your imagination to come up with new ideas. So that's all for lesson 8.1.
So now let's move on to lesson 8.2, which is Education 4.0 in the school curriculum. Education 4.0 is the process to Industrial Revolution 4.0. What is Industrial Revolution 4.0? Schwab described an industrial revolution as the appearance of new technology and digital tools into the world trigger and profound change in economic and social structures. This means that during an industrial revolution, the introduction of new technology and digital tools leads to significant changes in the way the economy and society function. These changes can be far-reaching and transformative, impacting various aspects of life such as communication, work, and lifestyle. So we have here the Industrial Revolution 1.0, Industrial Revolution 2.0, Industrial Revolution and 3.0 and Industrial Revolution 4.0. So let's talk first about the Industrial Revolution 1.0. So Industrial Revolution 1.0 was the invention of the steam engine. With the steam engine, human labor was replaced by the machine. So the Industrial Revolution 2.0 was the science and mass production. Things started to speed up with the discovery of electricity. The Industrial Revolution 3.0 is the digital revolution. We move from the analog electronic to mechanical devices to digital technology. So the Industrial Revolution 4.0 is the computers connected to computers. It is the interconnectivity within computers to computers itself. So how does Industrial Revolution connected to Education 4.0? So to be relevant, schools should be considered some statistics. So 80% of the skills trained in the last 50 years can now be outperformed by machines. 65% of the children who entered in 2018 will work in a job that have not been invented yet. 49% of the current jobs have the potential for machine replacement. So here are the 10 skills demanded by the Industrial Revolution 4.0 enumerated by the World Economic Forum report. So first, we have here the complex problem solving. Second, critical thinking. Third, creativity. Fourth, people management. Fifth, coordinating with others. Six, emotional intelligence. 7, judgment and decision making. 8, service orientation. 9, negotiation. And 10, cognitive flexibility. So in order to reach the Industrial Revolution 4.0, each students or each persons must have these 10 skills demanded by the IR 4.0.
Is all about curricular modification in the basic education during and post-pandemic. During and post-pandemic, curricular modifications in basic education have become necessary to adapt the changing circumstances and ensure effective learning. It is important to note that curricular modifications should be context-specific and consider the resources, infrastructure, and local conditions of each educational institution. Collaboration among educators, policymakers, and stakeholders is essential to implement effective curricular modifications during and post-pandemic. The most essential learning competencies, also known as the MELCs, is a part of this basic education learning continuity plan is the 60% reduction of learning competencies found in the K-12 curriculum guide from 14,171 competencies listed in the K-12 curriculum guide to 5,689 most essential learning competencies. Determining the most essential learning competencies can vary depending on the educational level, curriculum framework, and specific goals of an education system. These competencies provide a broad framework for essential learning across different subjects and grade levels. However, it is important to adapt and refine these competencies based on specific educational goals, local context, and the needs of individual students. Various curriculum delivery modes. The delivery mode is contextualized in the DepEd's Learning Continuity Plan. During the pandemic, educational institutions have had to adapt to different curriculum delivery modes to ensure continuity of learning. The various curriculum delivery modes include: first, online learning. It is the only one of the delivery modes among all others in this new learning. Online learning involves delivering curriculum content through digital platforms and tools. This can include live virtual classes, pre-recorded video lessons, interactive learning modules, and online assessments. It allows students to access educational materials and engage in learning remotely using devices such as computers, tablets, or smartphones. Second, Alternative Delivery Mode or ADM refers to the non-traditional education program recognized by the Department of Education, which applies a flexible learning philosophy and a curricular delivery program that includes non-formal sources of knowledge and skills. These modes are often used when traditional in-person instruction is not feasible or accessible. Example of alternative delivery mode is mobile learning apps. Mobile learning apps are designed for smartphones and tablets, allowing students to access educational content on the go. These apps can provide interactive lessons, quizzes, flashcards, and other learning resources. Mobile learning apps are particularly useful for personalized and self-paced learning experiences. 3 accredited ADMs. First, modified in-school and off-school approaches, or known as the MISOSA, a hybrid or blended learning model. Combines both in-person and remote learning methods. It is a flexible approach that allows students to attend school for some days or specific periods while engaging in remote learning for the remaining time. Second, enhanced instructional management by parents, community, and teachers refers to collaborative efforts to improve the planning, delivery, and assessment of instruction in an educational setting. This approach recognizes the importance of involving multiple stakeholders in supporting and enhancing the learning experience of students. The third delivery mode is the distance learning. Distance learning, also known as remote learning or online learning, refers to a mode of education where students and teachers are physically separated and instruction is delivered through digital platforms or other remote methods. It allows students to access educational materials, interact with teachers, and participate in learning activities from a location outside of a traditional classroom setting. Fourth mode is the homeschooling. Homeschooling is an educational approach where parents or guardians choose to educate their children at home instead of sending them to a traditional school. It involves taking on the responsibility of designing and implementing a personalized curriculum, providing instruction, and assessing the progress of the child. Fifth, alternative learning system. The alternative learning system is an educational program implemented in some countries, including the Philippines, to provide non-formal education opportunities for individuals who are unable to access or complete formal schooling. Alternative learning system aims to reach out to the out-of-school youth, adults, indigenous peoples, persons with disabilities, and other marginalized groups who have limited access to formal education. 2 major programs on ALS that are implemented by Department of Education. First, Basic Literacy Program. A basic literacy program is an educational initiative designed to teach individuals the fundamental skills of reading, writing, and numeracy. It aims to provide foundational literacy skills to individuals who have limited or no prior education. Basic literacy programs are typically targeted at children, youth, and adults who are unable to read, write, or perform basic mathematical operations. Second is the continuing education program, also known as adult education or lifelong learning. Refers to educational opportunities and initiatives designed for individuals who wish to enhance their knowledge, skills, and professional development beyond their initial formal education. Continuing education programs cater to learners of all ages and backgrounds, providing opportunities for personal growth, career advancement, and staying updated in a rapidly changing world.
In Lesson 8.4, it focuses on curriculum response of higher education for teacher education amid the pandemic and beyond. So, in this course, the teacher education curriculum response to the COVID-19 pandemic and beyond belongs to a curriculum modification. When you say curriculum modification, it is the process of making adjustment to existing programs in higher education, especially teacher education, in order to respond to the needs of the learners and post-pandemic. So, I know all of us experienced this when the pandemic, that instead of having a face-to-face education, we have this online and modular, because to able to respond in the pandemic. That is curriculum modification. So it's focusing on the essential mapping, the needed and enduring outcomes in the recommended and written curriculum. So the mapping of the course outcome should be done to determine the needed and enduring outcomes and which outcomes should be emphasized. So when you say needed outcomes, it are the desired knowledge, skills, and values that are required to learn higher concepts. So it's more of the target, the specific topic. That is the needed outcome. But on the other hand, when you say enduring outcomes, are competencies that are necessary not just for succeeding in a certain topic, but are useful beyond a single unit or study. So when you say enduring outcome, it is more on the skills that you get throughout the topic that could be useful in your future endeavors. That is the enduring outcomes. It is a need for you to know what is need to be emphasized, whether it's needed or the enduring outcomes as a teacher, sharing knowledge to your students. So next, we have this rearranging of the college course offering. So it's another way of modifying curriculum during the pandemic is to rearrange the course offering. We have this in college. When the pandemic hit us, there are the changes in curriculum. Kung unsa jud ang mas angayan nga i-take sa mga bata, may i-offer sa college. May mas i-offer nila. And napos sila maragi additional for you to cope up with this pandemic. So, yeah, we have this number 3, offering of elective or cognitive course that relate to the pandemic. So it is more on, in the global health crisis, it is imperative that the curriculum be adjusted by offering courses that are needed to survive and thrive amidst the challenges of the pandemic. So, mo nang giingon nga, the college courses offers another course for you to cope up with the pandemic. Mas lagi offering nga for mental health or any kind of courses that could help learners to cope up with the pandemic. Then, in the number 4, so modifying the taught curriculum. We say modifying the curriculum, it is implementation of multiple learning delivery modalities. So, considering the face-to-face modality is not feasible, teachers may consider flexible distant learning options like correspondence teaching, module-based learning, project-based and television broadcast. So, mo gyapon ni nga kay dili man applicable ang face-to-face classes kay basig magkatakod-takod in the middle of the pandemic. So, naay gipaagi nga way of mga teachers, administrators for able to, it will not hinder the students' education. That is the module-based learning or modular, project-based on television broadcast. Now there is also this online learning that's in college. It's more an online learning. So, and number 5, it is modifying the assessed curriculum. So, there is a need to limit requirement and focus on the major essential project that measure the enduring learning outcomes like case scenario, problem-based activities, and capstone projects. So, in its modifying the assessed curriculum, it is more on they focus on the enduring learning outcomes that the student may acquire in the topic that they've discussed. It can be a case scenario, a problem-based activities, and a capstone project. Next, we have this also B, the curriculum considerations. So, the context of teaching and learning education as a human right has continued despite this pandemic. Thus, curriculum delivery appropriate to context should be given a more serious thought by educators and teachers. So it says there's that bisan pa nga nagka-pandemic, kailangan i-continue gyapon nato ang naandan. Kailangan continue gyapon ta mo educate sa mga bata because kung ato na undang mura raw pag naundang atong pagka mura mawa tanan if undang nato bisan pa man pandemic continuous na. Pero we have to think what is what is kanang the module that is appropriate on that said pandemic. So in that way they think about online learning or modular learning. So next we have the context. So, the WHO issued fundamental guidelines on everybody to avoid contamination and transmission. So, diba, when sa nagka-pandemic, we have this stay at home. Nga magpuyo sa bahay. Then, keep distance. We have the 5 meters away. Then, wash hands, then spray alcohol for safety, then wear face mask. Karon di na na kayo na face mask, but then before, face mask is really a need for each individual for them to not be caught with the COVID-19. That's all. Stay at home, keep distance, wash your hands, and wear face mask. So, number 2, the learners and the teachers. Number 3, appropriate teaching delivery during the time of pandemic and beyond. So, in the summary, some strategies used to modify curriculum to address the crisis of education of pre-service teachers to continue its implementation and focusing on the essential rearranging of college course offering of elective or cognitive courses, modifying the taught curriculum, and modifying the assessed curriculum. Further, this the process of modification. Curriculum consideration should include context of teaching and learning, the learners and the teachers, and appropriate teaching delivery. So, that's all. Thank you.